Hey, it's Corey, and I wanted to talk to you today about my new course, Intermediate Blues Rhythm Guitar. Now, this course is a direct companion to my recently released Beginning Blues Rhythm Guitar. So if you've been working in beginning blues, you're ready to take the leap, try some harder stuff, this course really is a hand in a glove with the other course. I mean, they are direct companions of each other. And just like when I released Beginning Blues, I offered it at extremely low price, $9.99. That's right, 84% off the normal price. And you can take advantage of that price with the link below in the description. That'll be the first link you see in the video description. All right, so let's take a look at an excerpt from the course. We're going to be learning some new dominant 7 shapes that you might not have known or moving them around at the same time. So it's all about making you a more adventurous rhythm guitar player, really traversing the neck and trying different stuff from every 12-bar progression that you encounter. All right, I'll see you at the end of the lesson, and I hope you dig it. All right, so just like I always like to do with a new chord shape is just work it through some keys and some different feels and pair it with stuff that we've already worked on. So there's a little bit of just sort of, just getting our feet wet with this stuff. I'm not throwing a bunch of new and different shapes at you that are gonna be too hard to grasp early on. We want some success, we want some confidence. We're gonna jump into the key of E here, and we're gonna use a great 7 shape, and we really lightly touched on this at the end of Beginner Blues Rhythm, but the focus here is not only to use that E7 shape, but really to use our new A7 shape, because if we have it for the key of A, we also need it for the key of E and the key of D. But in the key of E, we'll have an A7, and then we're just gonna take that shape, just so we can start moving it around a little bit. We can use it for the B7 chord that's gonna occur as well. Now, how do you spot these if they don't have a root note? Well, let's talk about how to do that. First of all, when you play the one chord here, the E7, you should really be learning that this E is the same E regardless if you're playing this bar chord E, this dominant 7 bar chord. See, there's an E there. That stays the same if we go to our E7 there, okay? So that's your first clue, all right? And you should be looking for that as you maneuver your way around the guitar, because if you want to go to an A7 with that shape, you got to find the A, okay? So this course also is going to be about tips and passkeys and things you can consider as you are moving through your guitar playing life. So we got that E7. Then we want to go to the A7 that we just learned. What's really cool is that if you notice that E note stays the same. And what's happening here is there's notes that aren't moving too much. This G sharp note moves up a half step. This D note goes down to a C sharp. So there's a lot, you can see how closely related they are. And there's gonna be carryover for sure with these. And that's the whole idea. And you wanna start to kind of implant that now, because it's gonna be important as we progress through the course. Once we play the A7, we know that we need to go up 2 frets to get to B7, but let's talk about a target note. What I try to look for is the 4th string note there. 4th string, 7th fret, that gives me an A. And if I played a power chord, they're octaves right there. So I always try to see the forest for the tree of notes there, trees of notes. That's my root note, okay? Tricky to work on, but when you learn the notes on the fretboard, you're gonna see people that have systems of doing it, and that's great, but I feel like repetition and trial and error is the best way. So that's our A7. We know we have to go up a whole step, which is 2 frets, to get to B7. So our chords for this example, E7, A7, and B7. And again, you'll see them notated as slash chords in notation, but look for the first part of that chord before the slash and just go with that. All right, let's jump in and try this one. A little straight rhythm, should be fun. Here we go. A 1, 2, ready, play. All right, so we talked about the chords we're using. We're using our E7 with our root there on the 5th string, 7th fret. And again, to refresh, think about a C major open chord where we add our pinky to the 3rd string. And we move that all the way up so that our root note occurs here on the 7th fret. Okay, then we just kind of stack it. Now, the important thing about this chord and the next two is the muting. Okay, and I'm always going to be reiterating this, is that you want to have this 1st string muted and the 6th string muted. And a lot of people will be like, wow, am I really supposed to put my thumb around the guitar like that? I'm a big fan of just relaxing it and swinging away so that the muting does its job. Because we really want to focus on the inside 4 strings here, and that really accomplishes that for us. The cool thing is when we go to the A7, we can have virtually the same technique with our left hand or right hand, depending on your preference. Then back to E7. And we have to take that same shape we used for A7, up a whole step to B7. And just so we know where that is, we want to we're focused mostly on the 9th fret, 9th and 10th frets here. Well, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to go F sharp, B, D sharp, and A. And you're like, I don't know those sharps. I don't know those. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just get the chord shape first. Find your root note there on the 4th string. That's your B7. Down a whole step to A7. Then back to E7. Now I'm moving quickly on those because we really have learned both of these shapes, but I'm trying to, again, plant the seeds of how to keep these together and create really, really good rhythm parts. Now this is a straight feeling type of groove that I created, and it's got that 1, 2, 3, 4 backbeat. Listen to that snare drum. Really, we're leaving space for it to create the groove. 1, crack, 3, and crack. 1, crack, 3, and crack. Know the difference between shuffles and straights. We talked about it a lot in our beginner blues rhythm course, but what you really want to emphasize is that backbeat. So lots of times not playing with it and letting it sort of the drummer have its space is a way to really make the stuff groove even more. Okay? No rules, but that's just one really fun way to start. Okay, we did 2 progressions on that. We had E7, A7, and B7, straight rhythm, nice basic little rhythmic feel. I think we got it, okay? When you feel good about this one, move on to the next one, another fun shuffle. Let's do it. Well, thanks so much for checking out that lesson and the course, Intermediate Blues Rhythm Guitar. Don't forget, you can take advantage of the entire course for just $9.99 by clicking the link below in the video description. It should be the first link there. Scroll down, you'll find it. It'll take you to where you need to be to jump into Intermediate Blues Rhythm Guitar. I'm Corey Congilio. Thanks so much for checking out this lesson and the course. I'll see you in there.